Yo, what's up, guys? This is Skywalker. Today we are here with a trade recap. This is gonna be a trade recap for YouTube. It's gonna be my first one, and in this case, I'm gonna explain basically just the ICT concepts behind this trade. The part of QT, I don't teach it on YouTube. If you want to learn more about QT, you can check our mentorship. But this is more than enough in terms to understand this trade basically. So first of all, what was my bias, my reasoning behind it? It was basically price was inside this 4-hour FBG. If the 4-hour holds, I expect higher prices and maybe a new high of the day. And if price reverses, I gonna just target previous day low. It was like the reasoning behind in terms of bias is kind of simple, and I suggest you guys to keep it simple because uh, this is not as deep as you guys think. So as you can see here, we respect the gap on the 4-hour close. If I'm checking a 4-hour gap, I'm gonna wait for the 4-hour close to see if it's really inverted or no. But the thing was that I was willing to long since here. Why I was willing to long since here? Because the things I stated on my pre-market analysis on top of this. On top of what we have on the 1 hour, we take the previous day low on YM. We failed to do it on the Nasdaq on ES. We also formed an SMT at open in the 15-minute chart, and then from that I was waiting just too long after the 930 just going down since the beginning. So here I was waiting for a long around this level. I didn't have my lower time frame confirmation, so I could never long at all here, but it was my main idea. And on top of that, as we respect the 4-hour chart, with the SMTs at the lows, I faded all the short setups. Also, on top of that, I'm not a huge fan of shorting around this area. Like, I'm a guy that either picks the low, the top, or the bottom, not in the middle. I'm not saying that it's bad to it, but it's just how I trade. Like, I always try to take the bottom or the top. So once price was going higher, I was just simply waiting for a retracement lower, nothing at all in order to long. Price took these intermediate term highs and reacted off this 15-minute FBG and created an SMT forming a reversal. And once it came back to the OTE, I just long. So I'm gonna break down this part of the trade, basically the market maker sell model. If you didn't watch the video that I posted 2 days ago, I highly suggest to pause this video and first watch the other one, because like it's like basically the same example as today. Is this one just slight changes, but it's the same as the past Friday. So first, this accumulation here, where I was initially willing to long, it became the initial consolidation of the market maker sell model. This could be the first stage of reaccumulation, the second stage of reaccumulation, and this could be the smart money reversal. Then we break down, we form our first stage of redistribution. We then come back down. You can argue this is the second stage of redistribution. I don't count it since we never took this low, but if we did it, I would say this was the second one. It's not as important having a second one to stage of redistribution, especially on this type of sell models that you anticipate that they are not gonna get run through. So we draw a Fibonacci from the high of the low to the low of the range. This would be our range from high to low to here, and then it's the same as the video. What I was asking and what I was telling you guys, first of all, would be a time-based high or a time-based low. In this case, of course, sell model is a time-based low. The only time-based low I was like really asking for was 10 a.m. and 10 a.m. in this example wouldn't be important because it's too premium in the range, so it doesn't really matter. Then the second could be a higher time frame PDR rate. I didn't really find any higher time frame PDR rate right here that was like making me wanted to price to trade into it. So we only have two things remaining. The first thing remaining would be the OTE of this range, and the second one would be the first stage of reaccumulation of the market maker model. Since this is the first stage of reaccumulation of the market maker model, it's kind of simple. We just wait for price to tap into it, and then we search for our setup. I saw a lot of people losing here on this one because we just tap into equilibrium of this range and prices started distributing higher. It looked like we have here a 1 minute CSD and whatever, maybe your setup form here, but in my opinion it's too premium. Even though it tapped into discount like below 50% of the range, if it's a sell model, since we form here some SMTs, and also some people were shorting till here, I was like, okay, maybe these people are wrong. I expect them to be wrong, but I have to keep in mind that even though their full TP is not going to get tagged, maybe price is just willing to go lower than just equilibrium because it's a market maker sell model. It's not the same as just a retracement without SMT here. That's not a sell model. This is a sell model. So I just waited for the same things that I told you guys on the video. Like, this is not a secret trade or something like that. I was willing to long here. I just simply didn't have my setup. Then price retraced it, came by low, magically formed my setup here, and price started expanding with the speed. I always say the same. I told the same at the end of the last video. If you are right, if you really know how to trade ICT combined with QT, your entries are gonna be with a lot of speed. Not this chop, this ugly chop. This is like very bad because you can get stopped out and then go to your TP. I'm willing to just take trades that either goes to my TP or go to my stop loss, and you're gonna say, yeah, that's what everyone, like, what happens to everybody. But what I mean is that I don't want to take trades that I can be right and price just deliver after. No, it's like I just need to take the trades in a point where I'm 100% knowing that if I fail that trade, it's gonna be because I had the wrong bias. So I suggest you guys to do the same. Just like, don't take some bullshit. Just wait for the highest probability, and if you don't trade it, it's whatever. I was waiting for this trade, not for this one, but for a good trade since last Thursday. Friday no trades, Monday no trades, Tuesday no trades, and today trades made more than 13k. And do you think that like I would care about someone that trades five times a day? No, that's not sustainable over time. Like, the edge you have to make here is basically patience, discretion, and understanding of the market. Because a simple model, like just the model itself, is just for entries. But you have to keep in mind that the market is doing something. Because, like, for example, some people here was thinking like this is just an ugly reversal just simply because the fact that they didn't have their entry. But you have to forget about your entry and this reversal is good or this reversal is bad because I had entry or I didn't have an entry, and start thinking about what the market is doing a lot more with the ICT lens and a lot less with the QT lens, because QT is pointless if you just fade the structure, you just fade everything, you just, like, you are about taking each signal QT gives you, you're gonna blow your account in like 5 minutes. So that's the reason behind. My full TP didn't get hit. I got partial the 25% of the range. I was willing to target around this area. I don't really remember exactly. It was around this, and that's all. Honestly, like, looking back, I was asking for price to go a lot higher. I wasn't expecting this chop, honestly. But the idea behind it was basically invalidating the sell model, so the TP was the high of the sell model. So that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this recap. Understand that I'm not gonna go very in depth of how I enter here. I have to keep something, but this is a lot of information that if you study this, and if you this is just a proof of what I thought on Sunday on a live market on the first try. Like, that's all what you need. I do what I teach. I'm not like taking some random things and hiding other things. No, no, it's simple as that. So hope you guys enjoy and see you on a next video that honestly I don't know when I gonna post, but maybe this weekend on or the following one I will post something.